How has that environment changed co-op programs, MDF programs, or manufacturers supporting channel partners?
Uh, Actually, the trend is we're seeing a lot more constraint on things that we would call funded programs. So whether that is market development funds or whether that's co-op advertising or co-op marketing dollars, there's actually less of that going into the channel. And part of it is that the vendors themselves have recognized this, is that they're not getting the return on that investment that they need to get. It's very difficult to track. It's very difficult to administer equitably across the different partner types. And so they're more in favor of, if they're going to be the ones generating the demand and the opportunities, then they're just going to keep the money for themselves. Now, it's not to say that they won't do it. It's not to say that they won't incent or they won't provide the support, monetary support to the partners, but they're going to do it differently. So a lot of them are setting up more marketing rich programs. So meaning that there's more resources that the partners can attach themselves to or can utilize to help themselves. The vendors will do more marketing around the partners and to create that lift. And again, they're doing more pass through. But the partners are the ones that, if I can't imagine why anybody would have the mindset that the role of the vendor is to create the demand. Or to put it more specifically, a vendor's job is to create awareness. They absolutely should. That's part of what their responsibility is to create awareness that leads to consideration on the customer's part. However, it's still the partner's job to go and identify and cultivate those customers. And the more successful partners, whether they're resellers or integrators or whatever we want to call them, those are the ones that actually have invested in sales and marketing capacity. It's the organizations that are more technology focused are the ones that typically grow at the slower rates and are smaller in terms of their gross revenue.
Got it. It occurs to me as I asked you the question about MDF and co-op, maybe not everyone listening even understands the difference. I'll give you, I don't know if you want to refine this or not, but
No,
co-op,
no, please, you know this better than anybody.
well, thank you. A co-op program tends to be a national program that's administered evenly across the entire channel community. So they might have a 50-50 kind of underwriting of ads or promotional activities. It's very defined. You accrue the money based on a given percentage of your revenue, maybe 1%, maybe 2%, and so on. Market development fund is a whole different animal because it's designed to be allocated tactically by the field managers. And so a field manager will be given a pool of money, maybe $250,000, maybe several $1,000,000 that they can deploy in what they think will be the most effective way to do it. And it's basically case by case by case by case. And so those are two very different, they sound similar, but they're very different approaches to deploying marketing money. And a third method, which we haven't talked about yet, is deal registration. And it seems like also in the last 5-10 years, deal registration programs have gotten ever more significant. Have you seen that? Or I know we were seeing that in the sales incentive area, that there was a demand for deal registration management software.
Yeah, absolutely. And the reason is, so those that don't understand what deal registration is, it's a mechanisms that manufacturers use to where partners can qualify their opportunities. So they come, they register the opportunities, or they log it in with their manufacturers, and they receive certain benefits for it, provided that it becomes approved, meaning that that there's no one else working on it. Typically, the way it works is that it's designed to allow one partner to have an advantage because they were the ones that discovered and had been working in opportunities, so that they don't lose that first mover advantage. Yeah, you're right. There is a lot of demand for making deal registration more efficient and more effective. It's not just because making it easier for the partners will make the partners better, do anything really more for the partners. It'll just create less frustration for them. But the reason why is the vendors are looking for more insights into what's happening in their pipelines. So deal registration from a manufacturer's perspective is not about protecting the partner. It's more about getting insights and getting an understanding of what the partners are doing in order to in their sales motions, who they're talking to, what they're doing, and what they can budget against or forecast against. And that's what something that the vendor community absolutely is trying to get is more data on what's happening in the field. And it's not just with deal registration, they're doing it post sale as well. So a lot of vendors are looking for partners to do more reporting and opening up their books a bit more to show what is happening with their customers, both pre-sale and post-sale.